Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing because I give you all the updates that you do not see on Western media. In fact, you will never find them on Western media. So again, consider subscribing if you're not subscribed. But if you're subscribed, thank you so much. Now let's talk about these huge losses that is happening with the ITF, Israeli terrorist forces. Yesterday I have reported that so far they have lost 750 plus soldiers, but that number was deflated. What I believe from ITF, the number should be, according to my estimation, I could be wrong, at least 3,000 to 4,000 ITF forces that got eliminated since October 7th last year. But today we have more news, more soldiers, I should say terrorists got killed in the last 48 hours, and I will discuss more in details exactly what happened. But let's start with some other news at the moment, and that is going to be the first one. Let's talk about the ITF forces who are hiding, and let's talk about also the Zionist claim they make on my channel most of the time, saying that, oh, you are only talking about this, where is your footage? Can you show us some proof, some image? So I have something for you to take a look. So this is ITF forces. Once they came under attack, they are now, looks like from this video, carrying their dead bodies, and you can clearly see them running away from the battlefields, airlifting them on a chopper, on a helicopter. You can see clearly right here on the screen, right there. You see these terrorist forces. They are just running away and carrying the dead bodies of these individuals who came to kill innocent children and women. So this is a this is one of those footages that I wanted to share with you. There are many more, but because of YouTube censorship, normally I don't share this kind of sensitive footage or videos. So again, it's not that I do not have those footages, it's just that I don't want to be censored by YouTube. So again, this chopper took off after loading itself with the dead bodies of the ITF forces. Now, when we talk about this, we also want to talk about the damage, the assets of Zionist forces that are being incurred throughout this month. So according to this report, basically somebody said, breaking, Israel has lost 32 tanks in 25 days in Lebanon. 4 more Markava tanks were destroyed today by Hezbollah with their crew inside Al-Mayadin. Al-Mayadin, if you do not know, this is a news article or news outlet, I should say, from Lebanon, and they are getting banned. Al-Mayadin is getting banned in the Western countries. I believe they banned it already in Zionist state of Israel. But Al-Mayadin has reported that this loss, these casualties, they're happening just in the past few hours. So the month of October, they're counting huge losses, the ITF forces. And at the same time, what is going to be even more devastating for the Western countries, for the Western genocide maniacs, is that as we see the downfall of Israel, as we see their defeat, we're also seeing a new power is emerging. Why this power is emerging? Well, it is because of the fraud, the scam these Western countries, they have perpetuated for so many decades. And this is why these BRICS countries, they're getting fed up. Take a look how US is abusing the system. US borrowed 2.2 trillion over the last 12 months. It's free money, like a giant credit card, which you never have to pay back. In India, the entire country must work for 6 months to earn that kind of money. This rigged system is why BRICS and de-dollarization are happening. So again, Israeli downfall and the downfall of the Western monetary system is inevitable, even though the Western countries, they call these resistance forces, China, Russia, North Korea, Iran, as axis of evil. But can you imagine calling these countries axis of evil, but at the same time committing genocide in Gaza with their own weapons? So these Western countries, they do not really have to lecture us or tell us who are the axis of evil. They really need to know that all they really need to do is look at the mirror, and they'll find who are the excess of evil and who are the evil people who are supporting this genocide. Now, of course, one of the leaders from big BRICS that stood out from among other leaders is Venezuelan President Maduro, and this is what he has to say about Gaza.
Sobre un edificio de apartamentos en Gaza y mata hombres, mujeres y niños. Cada vez que cae un misil sobre Beirut o sobre el sur del Líbano, esos misiles incendian y destruyen el sistema de Naciones Unidas. ¿Dónde está la Corte Internacional de Justicia? ¿O es que fue creada solo para perseguir a los países del sur?
So you get the message from his voice tone, and that is that these countries are fed up. These countries are fed up with the bullying of the Western countries, especially from US right now. And so now they have all the right to defend themselves. And this is exactly what they're doing during the BRIC summit. We should really not be blaming anybody else but the Western countries themselves for creating this mess for their own governments, for their own countries, for their own people. I mean, the population, the entire population of the Western countries, they are suffering because of their own government. The people in the Western countries, they're the best people. I love them. I lived in Canada all my life. So I can tell you from my own experience, these are absolutely beautiful, very nice, very good people. But unfortunately, they have a government who are absolutely corrupt. Now take a look at this IDF losses. 5 soldiers got killed in fierce battle over the past 48 hours. This is coming on Times of India. Hezbollah fighters leave 10 troops seriously injured during clashes. Surprise grenade attack hits Israel soldiers hard. Now, grenade attack is what I want to discuss for a second, and the reason for that is because when you are engaged in a combat face to face, and using grenade is a clear indication that you are fighting your enemy face to face. So, Hezbollah fighters, they're now coming out to face these ITF forces who are equipped with all the modern technology, with advanced machineries and weapons and whatnot. Nevertheless, they're challenging them with your Western supplied weapons. Come and face us. Hezbollah vows victory in a special video message for Lebanese people. So Hezbollah is already claiming victory. Hezbollah is already declaring victory. Can ITF do that? No, of course not. They have been able to only enter into Lebanon 1.5 kilometer, which is absolutely nothing because now it's almost 1 month since the invasion started. Israeli soldiers are paying heavy price of ground offensive in Lebanon. What they do is obviously, they bomb the whole area, they kill innocent people because they can't face real men. Hezbollah's counterattack are reportedly bleeding more Israeli troops. Again, coming from this Times of India report. The IDF has now announced the deaths of 5 soldiers in the fierce fighting, which is still continuing on, and we'll be getting more reports with the casualties and the numbers of the dead ITF forces. Sergeant First Class Guy Ben Harouche was killed. So again, high-ranking officials are also getting killed. In a battle with Hezbollah on October 24th, they have also reported that ITF forces, 4 or 5 of them got killed on October 23rd, and then 2 again on October 24th. So this is coming from ITF obviously, but they're reporting casualties every single day, unlike what happened in the past. The ITF, they were not reporting anything about the casualties, but now they cannot hide it because in Lebanon, they cannot gag the media. The commander in the Oquetz Canine was killed, while a reservist with the 55 or 55th Paratroopers Brigade's 7,155th Battalion was injured in the incident. So they are now engaged in face-to-face combat, and they are saying, oh, we cannot fight these Hezbollah fighters because, they're too brave and we're too unprepared. The IDF claimed that 4 soldiers lost their lives in clashes on October 23rd. And on October 24th, they had more soldiers getting killed. 6 other soldiers, all from Karmeli Brigade's 22nd Battalion, were injured. So Karmeli Brigade, remember, the Karmeli is a brigade that was not in existence a few years ago. They created this Karmeli Brigade to improvise on the tanks. So the Markava tanks, you see all of those things. So Carmeli was actually a project. So now they have made it a brigade, and this is the 222nd Battalion who went into Lebanon, and a lot of them got injured. The slain soldiers are Warrant Officer Mordechai Hayem Amoel, Sergeant Major, reservists. So these are all reservists that are being sent. These are not active soldiers. Where are the active soldiers of the ITF forces? They're fighting somewhere else in Gaza maybe. But or it could be most of them are injured, so they have to use their reservists, because Israel, they have a lot of, I think 300,000 reservists. But I don't know if they are willing to fight now. Shemuel Harari, MSD Surgeon, retired again. Shlomo David Naaman, October, first class surgeon actually. Shuvel Ben Nathan, all of these got killed. Initial idea prop suggested several Hezbollah fighters emerged from a tunnel with grenades and attacked them from a tunnel and hurled grenades at the troops on Wednesday. So again, that happened 2 days ago. And as I said, as we see more and more reports coming in, we are going to be seeing more and more casualties from the ITF forces, and all of them will be reported on the social media, or maybe from Al Mayadin, a channel from Lebanon. Now let's take a look at this one. Oh Lord, guide my aim. So what is happening right now? Well, Gazan, the fighters, their resistance forces, they are now asking for help from God, because they want to inflict maximum damage to the ITF forces. In addition to this, they're also now recruiting new fighters, which is unbelievable. They are recruiting new fighters, believe it or not. So this is what it said. Oh Lord, this is the first sniping operation for me. Oh Lord, guide my aim. So what does it mean? First sniping operation for me. It means this guy never was part of the war. Now he's joining the war, and we have seen several videos from the Jordanian youths, also from some other Arab countries, coming in to join this fight. They're conducting operations. So is this what is happening right now, that they are getting reinforcements from these countries, from the youth of these countries? I don't know how can even they enter into Gaza right now with this situation, but looks like one thing for sure, they are getting reinforced. This is what a young fighter from Al-Quds Brigade said at the start of a video released today by the resistance group in northern Gaza, where Palestinian civilians are facing unprecedented extermination at the hands of the Israeli army. The scene was followed by another where an Israeli soldier fell forward after he was struck by the first bullet of the Palestinian fighter on his first mission. Again, first mission. Other scenes follow, including the blowing up of Israeli tanks in the same area. That matters, as it indicates that despite everything underway in that area, the systematic extermination of the Palestinians, the resistance is able to function as usual. So no damage, nothing is stopping them. But the words of the sniper matter most, as they teach us two things. One, Palestinian groups are still able to recruit new fighters, as I said, and are able to train new snipers, a very specific job that requires exceptional skills. Second, the emotional appeal that the young man has made to God to guide his aim speaks of the continued centrality of faith, which propels Palestinians in their existential war against Israel. But I think this kind of new recruits for the Hamas in Gaza, for the resistance forces, is something that is going to be absolutely terrifying for the ITF forces, simply because that's not what they wanted. This is not what they... In fact, sometimes they even cry and scream because they have to fight. One lady I mentioned, she was screaming, why we have to fight again in Jabalia, in northern Gaza? Are we not done? How many times we have to send our sons to be killed there? She was screaming. Thank you guys for joining. See you in the next video.